The Blues lead by 3. 3-4-22. Sydney 3-1-19. Hampson starting in the ruck for Carlton for this second term, and he'll have another chance to go at it against Jolly.
Well, just having a look now, it looks like Adam Goods is following Gibbs around. They want Thornton to be the loose man.
Well, as soon as the bounce was complete, Richards, Thornton's man, went loose in defence, and now Thornton again loose for the Blues.
Jolly with the direct palm down, but not to a teammate, so he'll have to do it again. Umpire Schmidt.
I reckon a player is going to get a couple of weeks shortly for running in an umpire, because it's the players aren't listening.
There's already been a player get 1 week for it. So the second suspension to set the example not far. McVeigh, Goods, handball smothered by Judd. Goods, second effort just as good. Jack coming off a spectacular first term. That kick, not all that attractive. Thornton liked the look of it. Gives to Greg. Carazzo. So Hartlett bangs it long. Betts. Knocked away from him by Smith, who's having a good game as well. Russell on hands and knees. Can't break free with it. Eddie Betts keeps his feet. Now falls. Ball threaded through to Goods. He was caught. Quick fire handballs from Shaw. And the umpire Schmidt will sort it out again.
Well, once again, we see the umpire telling them to get out of the way. And there's one. And then he redid it. And he got crunched a second time with everybody running forward with the
same
footy.
Pair, Paul Bevan chasing Cade Simpson.
So free against Jolly, it'll go to Hampson. Surprised everyone there. Judd surprised with that smother, although Kieran Jack, he's hard to get around, and he gets a touch here. Back to Kirk, heads wide, Ablett in a one-on-one, takes the mark. O'Loughlin with some space to lead into, looks up, Ablett ignores the initial lead. Short. And O'Keefe, strong hands.
Winning a lot of the ball around the packs at the moment, the Swans. Contested footy was their strength.
Well, umpire got in the way.
Been one of their weaknesses this year, but today they're right on top of the Blues, 34-24.
Umpire Schmidt filling the hole there. Rugby league umpire last night copped the knee to the back of the head. They carted him off on the stretcher for getting in the way. From the ball up. Greg. Again, just stumps it out of the area. Richards misread that. Should have swallowed that. Carazzo back in. Scotland, look out. He might go the whole way. No one's in the square. Knows it. Sends it long. Roberts Thompson. Last line of defence.
I reckon Paul Roos will be breathing a sigh of relief after that effort from Ted Richards. You're the loose player in defence, and he's run underneath the ball, let it get behind him, and it nearly cost his team a goal.
Smith to Craig Bolton, to the running bounce specialist, Reece Shaw. Add another 4 to his list.
I think Ted Richards might be sighing with relief.
Yes. He's loose again here in the corridor if he can get on the end of it.
Smith, Richards peeling back to allow some space for Craig Bolton. And now O'Loughlin might get a jump at this. Doesn't. Thornton in the hole. Good strong grab. Body on the line.
He lost the footy there, Adam Goods. He needed to have a better effort than that one.
Need to contest. His man just stood there tall. Stood tall, marked the ball.
Murphy to Favola all the way down to a half-back flank to get a touch. Low trajectory kick. Greg.
Good running Murphy. Got burnt, but it was good running anyway.
Cruiser. How's that for a pluck?
That's how you beat the loose man in defence. 1 against 2. LRT was his direct opponent. You had Craig Bolton, who had dropped off Brendan Favola as he went up the ground, coming from the front. LRT from behind, and look at this for a grab.
As much as he's a great ruckman, Jason, I reckon that's going to be his greatest value to the Blues, where he's down there doing that.
Well, his accuracy rate last season, when he kicked 13-1 for the year, said that he was a forward in the making. He's kicked 8-7 this year. Hasn't been quite as accurate, but he can still drill them.
Even his misses go through. Must be a great challenge for them at selection, Jason, given that they've got a number of ruck options. They could bring Cameron Cloak in as a second ruckman if you like. They go and recruit another ruckman. But when you got a Favola and this bloke, two very different types of players, it makes for a very, very difficult forward line to match up on. And I reckon if they do make September, if they want to create some damage, that'll be their structure.
I think Brett Ratton's thinking the same as you, Jared. Brendan Favola kicked 9 of Carlton's 18 last week.
Yep.
And there were virtually 9 single goal scorers around Brendan Favola's 9.
I guess the length of time he plays as a forward cruiser will depend on the form of Hampson and Cloak and these sort of blokes in the ruck.
O'Keefe, manhandled.
Of course, they got Warnock coming, but he's been coming for a while. They recruited him for that role. He's a big kid. He's put on a lot of bulk. I've got no doubt that next year we're going to see Hampson and Warnock rucking and Favola and Cruiser forward.
Welcome to football, Daniel Hanbury, the first gamer. There he is again. He was tackled himself seconds ago and just laid one to help the turnover. Goods out wide, might turn it back. Oh, Joseph bounced over his head. Jude Bolton wraps up Scotland. Gee, got an enormous amount of time.
You're right, Dwayne. Very generous, the umpire.
Goods dives in. Good effort. Here he is again. Big tackle by Murphy. Dumps him to the deck. Daniel Hanbury. Everybody comes. Goods gives him a pat on the back. Well played the first game.
Nice work, Hanbury.
Like it.
He's wearing Lockett's old number 4. There's a bit of Tony still in it. Ball up. Murphy, a wobbler to half forward. Of course, Ben Matthews wore it for a while as well between Lockett and Hanbury. Is sure. Bump. Not deliberate, surely.
Ben Matthews.
Oh, he's playing deliberate. The downfield umpire was suggesting deliberate at the point of kick, but the umpire further afield is called the throw-in.
Well,
and that's why you've got Carlton think it's a free kick here, but the umpire in control has called a boundary throw-in.
Throw it in, pushes it, kick.
Exactly.
And good decision, umpire. Well umpired.
How could you call it deliberate? Look at the push on the side, which makes him hit the wrong part of the foot.
That's umpire Brett Roseberry with that overrule, so
Terrific
well done
decision.
to him.
Yep.
Yaron attacks it. So too Gibbs trying to get a piece of it. Richards. And they try and work it from defence again. Barlow lending a hand back there, doing okay at the moment. Man, they've got high hopes for. That's Craig Bolton, Shaw, and now Smith.
Well, that was just brilliant umpiring from Brett Roseberry. He almost did his block with his boundary umpire.
He said, just throw it in.
Don't argue with me. Don't think. Two.
Jude Bolton to Lewis Roberts-Thompson.
It's not who you want kicking the footy.
Although that's not too bad. O'Loughlin almost pounced on it. He does pounce on it. Bauer corrals him. O'Loughlin tries to weave some magic. Jolly. Ball thumped clear by Hampson. Bauer tackled by O'Loughlin. Got it up to Bentley. Carlton sticking to the boundary. Simpson. Not a lot to go to. Sticks to the line. Favola. Got the knee in and the fly. Couldn't bring the ball down. Ball in.
He did his best to make a fool of the LRT with that kick going forward, but Lewis Roberts-Thompson on the burst, kicking on his opposite foot, is not the way you want the ball delivered into your attack. They've got to link up with hand pass and get the guys that can really use the footy to hit the leading target.
True ruckman tie up. Judd. Jude Bolton had him almost before he got that. Barlow. McVeigh. Shaw. Well worked. Matner. And now the release pass is good to O'Keefe. Has Jack. He wants White in his direction. On the move. Got it again.
Telling you he moves well, this bloke.
Well, Barry Hall's kept him out of a spot for too long.
And he actually double dinked on the lead. He was caught behind. He was going to come back to the corridor. Then he peeled around the back of his opponent and went wide to the flank. And it was a very, very good kick from Kieran Jack.
That's it, right there, right where you're standing, right where you're standing.
Massive kick this.
That's it, right there, right there.
Stands as a 9-point lead right now. He'll kick from the paint. It's for number 3. It'll fall short. Goods. Oh, he had a piece of it. O'Loughlin claims he got enough on it. It's there. 3-point game.
Well, he may have a little bit of work still to do on his kicking, Jesse White. It looks like he should be able to roost the thing about 70 metres, but he's not quite getting the purchase off the boot. But he is looking very dangerous as a forward target. Kicks from right on 50, doesn't quite get the journey. He just got under it a little bit, but they'll be disappointed. You've got 5-on-2 numbers defensively, and the loose ball on the ground gets kicked through by O'Loughlin.
Big pack around this ball up. Jolly down to O'Keefe. Manhandled. A little kick around the body from Bird is okay. Goods trying to slap it on, maybe too clever. Thornton scoops it up.